everybody. I'm ready to start this motor up again and try to do a proper break-in and also find out if I didn't damage it during the failed break-in of several weeks ago. Since then, in a video I posted on BitChute, you might have seen that I tore it down, took the top end off, pulled all the lifters, inspected the cam, and made sure, as best as I could from what I don't know, is damage to the camshaft. And it looked like metal spinning around had been rubbing on it, which, well, duh, that's what lifters do to cams. So I really don't know what to see other than just gross gouging and metal missing and flaking everywhere. You saw I drained the oil and strained it and inspected the oil filter, and there weren't chunks. There weren't anything that would even come close to be considering a shaving, but there was silvering in it. And is that normal? I don't know. So there really was not an answered question, and the only way to know for sure is to put it back together and start it up again and see if it runs, which is what I'm doing today. So it's all reassembled, got the motor stand set up, and I'm going to go ahead and fire it up and see what we get out of it. Well, there it is, guys. Everything went great. The motor sounds fantastic. It ran so good. It was smooth. It accelerated good. Temperatures were good. Oil pressure was good. I was able to get the timing set. I was able to get the idle mixture set, well, better than it was before. In that last video, you saw how black and sooty my spark plugs were. That was obviously rich. So it was running good enough. I could leave it alone and do all those little things, tune-up wise. Didn't get to do that the last time. So big question answered is no, I did not damage the camshaft in my half-assed attempt to start up last time. Number two, it holds RPM, it idles, it revs, it sounds great, builds enough oil pressure. It's just a good motor, which it's a Chevy, right? I mean, if you follow the instructions and you pay enough attention, you don't even have to be this meticulous, measure everything and blueprint the whole engine. It's bolt-on stuff. And if you educate yourself enough, anybody can do this. And I'm just glad that I'm an anybody now. So what's next? Well, I might look to taking it to a dyno shop and see if my projections were accurate, which was somewhere north of 380 horsepower, upwards of maybe 405-ish. I'm in the range, I'm pretty sure, of 380 to 405, and torque should very closely match that. Unless you go forced induction on a Chevy, the small block, the horsepower boost curves are very linear. So somewhere around 370 to 400 torque, 380 to 410 horsepower sounds completely reasonable for this motor. Just break it down what I've got. It's a 355, it's a 350 block, 30 over. It has a Lunati bare bones cam that's about 470 something intake. I'm sorry, 470 something exhaust, 460 something intake lift. So it's very middle ground cam. 1.5 ratio rockers. It is somewhere in the neighborhood of 975, 98 to 1 static compression. So I think the dynamic compression when I calculated it was I think 8.6, 8.7 to 1. All that comes together somewhere in the neighborhood of 380 horsepower. If you just run the numbers, 380 to 405. So that may be the next video you see is me getting this out and getting it to a dyno shop. But thank you all for watching and showing some interest in what I'm doing here. I appreciate all of it, and it has been so much fun. Now that it is done and successful, I can enjoy it. I mean, that thing's sitting in my garage right now, doing absolutely nothing for me, but I still have a smile on my face. So, yay, good times. Thanks again for subscribing, liking the videos. Hope to keep some more content coming your way, but there's obviously going to be some gaps coming because I've got to find a car, get a plan, get it assembled, and start driving the thing. But that'll be a lot of videos when that happens. So go ahead and close this one out, and we're going to call Project Small Block a success. So 9 months and many thousands of dollars later, it all worked. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video.